Hello everyone, I am Zero, and I'm back again talking about Samuel L. Jackson, who says the election of President Donald Trump broke the Marvel's actress Brie Larson. Comes to us from Bounding into Comics. Actor Samuel L. Jackson, who reprises his role as Nick Fury in the upcoming Disney Plus series Secret Invasion, which they're going to absolutely destroy his character, recently revealed that the election of President Donald Trump broke the Marvel's actress Brie Larson. Speaker of Rolling Stone's Marlo Stern, Jackson was asked, quote, "You're going to be in the Marvels with Brie Larson, and you two are good pals. She got so much hate for playing Captain Marvel from the more East side of Marvel's fan base. What was it like to see her go through that?" By the way, pretty sure the people who didn't like Captain Marvel loved a bunch of other female characters that were in the MCU and before that. So, can't really be sexist when you like female characters. You just don't like Mary Sue perfect characters like Captain Marvel was in Captain Marvel, which, by the way, that movie was absolutely garbage. First, Jackson relayed how the two actors bonded. Quote, "Bree's a stronger person than people give her credit for. We had done calling together, which was not the most wonderful experience for either of us. We became great friends during that particular experience because we were having such a hard time. Then when she was doing her movie, Unicorn Store, and trying to get a particular actor, I was in the makeup trailer with her and was like, 'Why are you trying to hire this other actor and not trying to get me to do your movie?' She said, 'I didn't think you'd ever do it, so will you?' And I was like, 'Let's do it.'" Jackson then detailed they continued to bond when the election of President Donald Trump broke her. Yeah, because TDS is a thing. He relayed, "Then we bonded through the election while we were doing her movie when Donald Trump won." Yeah, because most of the people in Hollywood are uber leftist and they don't actually understand how politics work. "She was broken. I was like, 'Don't let him break you. You have to be strong now.'" Yeah, ooh, big bad Donald Trump. Then when she got Captain Marvel, she called me and was like, "They want me in the Marvel Universe. Should I do it?" And I was like, "Hell yeah, let's do it." But she's not going to let any of that stuff destroy her, he continued. Jackson then derided Larson's critics. "These incel dudes who hate strong women," they don't, they just hate Captain Marvel because she's trash in the comic books. Her comic book just recently got rebooted yet again for like the 8th time, and she's a Mary Sue character in the movie. Or the fact that she's a feminist who has an opinion and expressed it. Or you mean the opinion of, "I don't care what some 40-year-old white dude has to say about A Wrinkle in Time. The movie wasn't made for him." Fuck you. The only good movie you were in was Scott Pilgrim. Everybody wants people to be who they want to be. She is who she is, and she's genuinely that. Well, if she wants to be genuinely a piece of shit, she can be a piece of shit. Larson became infamous following her Crystal Award acceptance speech, where she derided white male film critics. She said during the speech, oh, here we go, "I don't need a 40-year-old white dude to tell me what didn't work for him about A Wrinkle in Time. It wasn't made for him. I want to know what the film meant to women of color," which, by the way, the movie flopped, "to biracial women, to teen women of color, to teens that are biracial. And for the third time, I don't hate white dudes." And yet here you are screeching. Oh, you're in the same breath you're screeching about not caring about their opinion. "No one really cares about your opinion." She said, "These are just facts. These are not my feelings." Oh, they're absolutely your feelings. They are not facts in any way, shape, or form. Which I already said, this movie flopped. Larson went on to advocate for inclusion writers in film contracts. Well, you got it. Leading up to and following the release of Captain Marvel, Larson pushed her brand of intersectional feminism. By the way, this is the movie that caused Rotten Tomatoes to change their entire system. While promoting the film, she told InStyle, "The movie was the biggest and best opportunity I could have ever asked for. And yet nobody cares about your character or your movie. It was like my superpower. This could be my form of activism. Doing a film that can play all over the world and be in more places than I can be physically." Well, this is part of the reason why people don't like you or your film. You want to use it for activism rather than entertainment. That activism included the promotion of inclusion writers, which mandates racial and gender quotas for actors and production staff. Should be the best person for the job with these types of jobs. Not mandating it based on race or gender. Fuck that. Larson said, "Inclusion has to be a choice. It's not happening naturally. You really have to fight for it." Yeah, it should be a choice that the person working on the project should be chosen by the person who's directing it or writing it. Mostly directing it. During an appearance at Tina Brown's Women in the World conference in New York back in April 2019, Larson made it clear she would use any kind of privilege she had to push her radical politics. If I had any sort of privilege, I immediately want to spend it. Whatever that currency is, I'm spending it immediately. I'm not going to hold on to it and hope that I can put it into some account and it makes more money. I want to spend it because we need the change now. And I'm really not afraid of falling on my face because I've done it my whole life. I'm just kind of like, bring it. Larson would also throw her weight behind the Time's Up organization, which she declared on Twitter, "Together we can end harassment, discrimination, and abuse from the power imbalances we all face in the workplace." By the way, it ended up blowing up in her face. New York Times described the organization's main goals were to create a legal defense fund to help less privileged women like janitors, nurses, workers at farms, factories, restaurants, hotels protect themselves from misconduct and the fallout from reporting it. Pass legislation to penalize companies that tolerate this and to encourage the use of non-NDAs to silence them. Reach gender parity of studios and talent agencies that has already begun making headway, and request that women walking in the red carpet at the Golden Globes speak out and raise awareness. Interestingly, Larson has been less vocal about her various activist goals and was nearly invisible during the promotion of the recently released Fast X film. She also appeared befuddled when she was asked to comment on Johnny Depp's film, Jean de Berry, opening the Cannes Film Festival in May. When asked by a member of the press, "You've been sort of outspoken and very vocal after your Time's Up and Me Too, and I'm curious how you feel about Johnny Depp's film opening the festival and do you plan to see it?" She answered, "You're asking me that? I'm sorry, I don't understand the correlation of why me specifically." Well, you're a big person for this, right? They're going to ask you about it because you're such a big advocate. Even though you worked closely with Amber Heard, who's a piece of shit, and got a man's career ruined for fake allegations. The member of the media explained, "You were on the advisory council, celebratory advisory council for Time's Up. I think the Johnny Depp case has been well played out in American and international media. There's been some controversy about that film being chosen to open Cannes. So I'm just curious if you will see it and how you feel about its selection here." She answered, "You'll see, I guess, if I see it, and I don't know how I'll feel about it if I do." So essentially, you're an incel if you don't like Brie Larson's garbage movie or her garbage attitude towards fans, people who have legitimate criticisms about her terrible film. I'm pretty sure the Marvels might just be a flop. Who knows? We'll have to see. It is a Marvel movie after all. We'll have to see what happens. But for someone like Samuel L. Jackson to say these weird things, meanwhile they're going to destroy his entire character in the next Secret Invasion Disney Plus series, why not? Why not go out and say that this nonsense, the same type of nonsense that companies like Disney and Marvel and DC have been spewing for years about fans, about being toxic rather than being passionate, similar to Henry Cavill. And this is why people like Henry Cavill, because he's not an a-hole like Marvel and DC. He understands because he himself is a fan of things that people are fans of, like The Witcher and Superman. And people in Hollywood should be acting more like that and being grateful for the positions that they're in rather than being entitled little assholes. Thank you all for checking out this video. I really do appreciate all the new subscribers, returning subscribers, new viewers, and returning viewers. If you do like this video, hit the like button, comment below what you feel about all this, subscribe for more content, click the bell for notifications, set the bell to all. That way you get notifications anytime I post a new video, and I will see you all on the next one. Peace.